Houseman picks up the first down to the Wartburg 11-yard line.
It's like a good carry by Houseman there. He tripped up early in the backfield, but picked up his feet long enough to get that 4 yards.
That's one thing. If you hit Houseman, he's going straight up the field. You get a piece of him and you send him spinning, but he's still going to dive forward for as much yardage as he can get. Now in the 2 tight end set, BV. Dillevue. Hand off to Drive. Fumble on the play. Dillevue jumps on it. Looks like he might have it.
Maybe a mishandle on the pitch there to Houseman. He tried to get the pitch left for the sweep. Dillevue under the pile has the ball. It's like maybe they just mishandled the pitch there and the ball fell in the backfield. A lot of tacklers in the backfield for Houseman anyway.
The left side of the Wartburg defense, led by Kreinberg and Darren Borman, had Houseman nailed in the backfield. So now on 2nd and long, going to call it 16 officially.
Looks like Wartburg on that play had the line kind of stacked up for the run. They're kind of flooding the ends on us.
Brett Schweiss and Craig Williams into the game, wide to the far side. BV still from the eye. Dillevue. This time he gives to Hendrickson up the middle on the draw and just tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Has managed to scramble forward for about 5.
The quick hitter there, Hendrickson, pretty good hole in the line, but just tripped up right at the line of scrimmage just for a gain of maybe a couple. He fell forward for maybe 2.
Nice tackle there in the play. Just got a piece of his shoe.
Good work in the front from the offensive line. They did make a good hole. Hendrickson just tripped up by the diving play, it looked like.
So it'll be 3rd down now and 14 to get a first down. The Beavers have to get down to the Wartburg 1-yard line. Receiver wide to either side. Looks like Jeremy Vaught's in the game. Far side. That's Spencer Curtis in motion. Dillevue back to pass and hit immediately and sacked. That's Alan Thompson again. Boy, Coach Thwaite talked about the weakness at Wartburg in linebacker position, but Alan Thompson's come through with quite a few tackles already today.
Again on that play, the sack. Dillevue dropped in the backfield quickly. Looked like the blitz up the middle from Thompson. He just came right through the middle. Maybe a little confusion on the offensive line for BV. They have changed around a little bit, and maybe they aren't quite used to their formations.
Took no more than 2 steps before he was hit. It'll be 4th and long for the Beavers. They're going to go for it. That's one of the things Coach Thwaite usually does. He's got it 4th down in the other team's zone. He's going to go for it. 4th and 19. 10 minutes to go here in the first quarter. No score. Buena Vista homecoming football. Schweiss, Spencer Curtis. Schweiss to the near side, and we're going to have a timeout called. The first time out of the game will give us a chance to take a break here from the action. BV calls timeout, trying to talk things over here on 4th and very, very long.
Oh, I suppose.
Well, 9:52 here. BV.
4th and long again. Coach Thwaite, look like he's going to go for this play. I think he's got Wartburg back up in their own territory, so it's probably a good gamble for him to try to get this yardage, or at least back him up as far as he can.
Okay, well, not one.
After dating the guy forever, you think I...
Make sure the play that they have called. And now the Beavers are going to come to the line. I guess we won't get a chance for a commercial in there. This time Schweiss and Spencer Curtis wide to the far side. Dillevue back to pass, looking to his left. Now he's going to have to run for it. He's hit, not going to be close to the first down. Might have gained about 5 yards. Of course, another flag down in the backfield. Looks like it might be a holding.
As you said, the keeper by Dillevue, but actually a very smart play. Instead of throwing the ball away, he just wanted to get a few yards if he could and keep hold of the ball. Keep the Wartburg running game pinned down deep in their own territory this time. Yeah. Once again, a flag down, no indication yet.
As it was 4th down, I imagine if it's on Buena Vista, Wartburg will decline and take the ball back.
And that looks like it's going to be the case. It'll be 1st down Wartburg.
So BV squanders their first scoring opportunity. They give the ball back to Wartburg on downs at Wartburg's own 16-yard line.
It also looks like on defense we've got Darren Jones in the game at defensive end, along with Cluckhone.
All right, now Wartburg to the line. Smith in the slot. It's a short little draw there to the fullback Kelly. He's hit immediately at the line. Chris Barron's there, along with Jason Stoltz was on the tackle.
Quick hitter from the fullback, the big fullback, Mark Kelly, but nowhere to go. Looks like Barron's around his ankles, and Van Berkham hit him up high, and they stopped him for virtually no gain, maybe a yard on that play.
Manages to fall forward for a yard out to the 17-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for Wartburg. Gabrielson to the near side. Smith goes out to the far side. BV in their traditional 5-2 defense. Robert Shove blitz comes back. It's going to be a keeper this time by the quarterback. Ott. He throws. Going to be off the fingertips and out of bounds, off of Mike Gabrielson's fingertips at about the 30-yard line.
As Coach Twait said in our interview earlier, the rollout from the quarterback, Ott, he's rolling to his right side. Darren Jones containing him well, and the good coverage downfield throws the ball out of bounds. Nowhere to throw it on that play.
Very important for that end to contain, and that might be the problem you might have with the Jamie Anderson out there. So emotional, so fired up, tends to forget his assignments from time to time.
Might be more tend to go upfield instead of containing.
Okay, so Wartburg now, no gain on the play. 3rd and 9 now from their own 17-yard line. Back to pass, looking downfield, throwing. He's got a man on, and again off his fingertips and out of bounds. Again, it was Gabrielson. It'll bring up a 4th down and 9, and I would assume that Wartburg's going to elect to punt here.
That pass to the far side, we can't really see that well from here, but it looks like either overthrown or just off his hands out of bounds. Good coverage by Brent Achenbach on the play. DB secondary really all the receivers in the rollout passes.
Get a look at the band now, taking their place in the stands, trying to fire up this crowd. Gabrielson will do the punting here. Spencer Curtis stands at his own 45-yard line to receive it. Kicks away. It's a high wobbler. Spencer takes it at the 50-yard line. No blocking there. He's brought down immediately that time. Tackle by Chad Klunder on the play. The free safety on the special teams. Picked up about maybe 2 yards on the return, but boy, Spencer looked up and he just saw a wall of white in front of him.
Not a great kick by the Wartburg, but again, as you said, not a lot of blocking up front for Curtis early, and he decided to go on his own against about 5 defenders.
So the Beavers will start their second drive in Wartburg territory at the 49.
Once again, Coach Twait staying with Zach Dillaboo at quarterback.
Looks like 2 tight ends are in the game now. Zach Cole. They're going to try Hausman to the left side now, to the 45, down to the 40. Nice ankle tackle that time by Dave Edwards, the strong safety.
Good play there from Hausman. Looks like about a 7 or 8 yard gain, maybe 9 on that play. Just a simple sweep that he's known so well for. The guard's pulling, the fullback leading the play. Just power football.
Just got a hand on that ankle that time. Otherwise, Hausman was gone.
Tripped up on the play, but they're going behind. Looks like Jason Nelson out there, the big tackle. Just power football.
Again, they try the same play. This time it's Brian Hart. Looks like he's going to be wrapped up and thrown out of bounds by big old number
92. Looked like
Jason Nagel on the tackle. They're going to have to call a timeout very close to the first down here on the near sideline. Donnie Walls calls first down, and his initial indication was accepted by the referees on the sideline.
Looks like the officials going with Donnie Walls' decision here. Once again, the same play, of course, the sweep to the left side over those big linemen. Number 92 just horse-collaring Hart and throwing him out of bounds, but first down all anyway for Hart.
1st and 10 at the Wartburg 38-yard line. Craig Williams into the game. Again, they try the left side. Again, it's Hart. He breaks free to the 30, tripped up and down to the 25. Another nice ankle tackle that time on the play by Chad Klunder, the free safety. Again, maybe saving a touchdown.
Of course, the left side again. The BB's going almost always to the left this time. Similar play as a sweep, just not a pitch, a handoff. They go out there, the safety gets a tackle, and a good block way out in front there from Craig Williams, blocking the safeties in the corners.
What Buena Vista is doing, as Jeremy Vaught brings the play in, they're loading up that left side with tight end Zach Cole, and they're also putting Mark Hoekstra there in the slot position. Now they come out with a different formation, Vaught to the near side, tight end on either side of the line. This time it's to Hendrickson up the middle. He spins his way down to about the 20-yard line, met by a couple linebackers. Looks like Alan Thompson again, along with Dave Edwards, the strong safety, and on the tackle, a gain of about 5.
Big gain for Jimmy Hendricks there. You see, as Chip mentioned, Mark Hoekstra in the game at tight end. We weren't expecting him to play today. He had a bad ankle, but looks like a double tight end with Hoekstra and Zach Cole. A little power football for BV.
And then, of course, with Kent Bailey out of the wide receiver rotation, Jeremy Vaught moves into that shuttling position. Again, Hart tries the right side. He's hit in the backfield, managed to escape a few tackles, but has nowhere to go. Good job of escaping tackles, but they just kept coming at him, and Alan Thompson finally brought him down.
Once again, Thompson always on the ball. Try the right side this time, and there's nowhere to go. 3 or 4 tacklers there. Hart avoiding at least two men before being brought down. A tough run, but not anywhere to go for him.
Yeah, he broke a lot of tackles to lose 5 yards.
A lot of work for that carry. They come back again with double tight end, it looks like.
So we're back to 3rd and 10 now. 2 tight ends. Craig Williams all alone on the near side. Now Tony Van Oort comes to join him. They try the left side with Hart. Cuts up the middle, and he manages to get down to the 24-yard line, but that's not going to be near close for a first down. It'll be 4th and 9, and I imagine Twade will go for it again.
Looks like he was tackled there by Darren Borman, a tackle number 48. The play apparently looked like it'd be a good opener, but they just couldn't get up through the hole. Hart looked like he got tackled just about a yard gain.
Okay, so 4th and 9 now from Wartburg 24. Schweisaw's wide to the far side, and I mean wide. He's way out there past the numbers. Delavu remains in the game at quarterback. Hart's in the game at fullback. It's going to be a quick pitch to Hart. He's got some running room. Tries to cut it upfield. Gets down to the 10, to the 5. Thrown down to the 1-yard line. Nearly scoring on the play is Brian Hart. Nice run.
Great run by Hart. A flag down the field, but a big hole on that right side. Again, they go to the pitch play, the sweep. Good blocking up front, a good lead. He just cuts it back against the rain a little bit for a big gain.
Ooh, we're going to have a clip on the play. So,
going to negate a big gain from Hart.
Okay, we'll get a chance to look at that play again on instant replay, I believe. Hart with a nice run, of course, negated, however, by the penalty.
Hart getting out outside initially, then cutting it back inside for the big gain.
Here it is.
Here it is again. He cuts back.
Oh, there's the clip. That looked like it was big Frank Martin that time out in front, flying across the screen and getting the man in the back. So,
had it not been for the clip, it looks like Craig Barnum, the cornerback, saved a touchdown, but the penalty's going to negate that call anyway.
So it'll bring it back, and it'll be 4th and 12 now, just outside the 25-yard line. Delavu back to pass. He's got 12 yards. He's got nice protection this time. Looking downfield, tucks it under, and he's going to be sacked for a loss that time. The nose guard, Tyrone Griffin, coming through. Plenty of time. Got to credit that sack to the Wartburg defensive secondary.
That's exactly right, Chip. Delavu again with plenty of time to throw, but find no one open. Not want to throw the interception down deep there. He just likes to keep the ball, try to hang on to it, takes the sack.
So BV again picks up a few yards on the drive, but is stopped by Wartburg defense, and they turn it over on downs. This time Wartburg will take over at their own 34-yard line.
Into the game again, Jamie Anderson, defensive end, in the next series now. Looks like Scott Blackford also in the defensive backfield.
Wide receivers to either side. Blackford replaces Roberts in the secondary. It's going to be a pitch this time to Beatty. This time another nice tackle, unassisted again by Mitch Cachette at about the 35, 36-yard line.
Keep her going. Just keep it going, man. We're all right. Hey, it's going.
About a 3 or 4 yard gain there. Cachette, of course, just making all the plays here for BV. He gets outside and just kind of rides him to the ground for a gain of about 3 or 4.
Okay, so 2nd down, and it'll bring up 2nd down at 6. Under 4.5 minutes here in the first quarter. Wide receivers to either side. One man in the backfield. That looks like Beatty. Somebody jumped soon, and they're going to blow this play dead.
Once again, Beatty in the backfield by himself without the big fullback. Not sure what set that would be for the Knights, but flag down early. This play is stopped. Looks like procedure against the Knights. They'll go back on this play.
All right, well, the Beavers jumped off that side again, but they were drawn.
That time the Beavers looked like they jumped off sides, but of course the officials indicating that they were drawn off by the offensive line. On that play, apparently Wartburg maybe going to the play action pass, the fake to Beatty. Lone back. Come back with the fullback again, Mark Kelly.
All right, and 2nd down and 11 now after the penalty. They go back to the I. 2 men wide to the near side. BB showing blitz. Back to pass. Throwing out to the near side. Hitting the fullback and off his fingertips. It was just behind him.
A lot of pressure on the quarterback, Andy, out there. Looks like Mitch Cachette. Also Jamie Anderson coming in from the left side. I think a blitz from Cachette, and they put a lot of pressure on him. He has to get rid of it early. Throws it away from the fullback.
They ran the play action to the left side and started to roll out. As soon as he turned around, Mitch Cachette was right in his face and just unloaded it.
On that play, it looked like the varied snap count had the Beavers jumping again, but they didn't come off sides.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 11 now. 3 wide receivers into the game. Looks like Jason Lehman is going to be the inside man in the slot along with Gabrielson and Smith. Rolling out to his left again and throwing across. Caught. Nice catch that time by Mike Gabrielson. That's going to be enough for the first down out to the 49-yard line. Dan Roberts on the coverage that time.
Great catch there. Looks like Achenbach and Roberts with good coverage. Receiver just out-leaped him to the inside and caught the pass.
So that gives Wartburg a first down. And Lehman leaves the game, and back into the game comes Beatty.
Again, the rollout pass. Jamie Anderson keeping the quarterback inside, as we talked about earlier. Doing a fine job at the end.
A little bit of a different set now. They've got the fullback in the slot. It's going to be a counter play this time to Beatty. Stumbled in the backfield and manages to get maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Anderson and Dan Roberts combine on the tackle.
Looked like maybe a trouble on the handoff on that counter play. Stumbled a little bit and the quarterback couldn't get the ball.
Okay, so the counter play that time. Stumbling in the backfield. Here he is.
Here you see it again, Beatty. Trouble getting the handoff and the little slow developing the backfield and a good tackle there.
Did all he could just to gain about half a yard. 2nd down and 9 now. Under 3 minutes to play. This time it's going to go on the pitch to Beatty. He gets outside of one man. He breaks the tackle of Thompson, but he's brought down by Mitch Cachette again. Gain of about 3 maybe. Put a little stutter step on Thompson and broke free of him, but Mitch Cachette right there again.
Both of them with a good play. Thompson and Cachette. Thompson forced him to the outside, kicking the tackle. Looks like an option there. They go to the fake to the big fullback and then the pitch.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 7 now from the BV's own 48-yard line rather. They come again. 4 wide receivers now. The lone tailback is the fullback Mark Kelly. Little movement, just a strange beginning to that play, and it's blown dead immediately. Looks like the right guard for Wartburg might have moved.
Looks like Jamie Anderson and Jason Edwards again were coming off sides, but looks like the right guard for Wartburg moves at the same time, so that'll be on Wartburg, it looks like. Mitchell's talking it over right now. Looks like they might be a little jumpy. We come off sides a little, and they start to back up, and the penalty will go against them.
It is a dead ball foul, illegal procedure against the Wartburg Knights. They'll march him back 10 yards now, and they'll try 3rd down over again. This time it'll be 3rd and 17.
It's like a 5-yard penalty, Chip.
Or rather 3rd and 13, or 12.
3rd and long anyway. And that play again, the fullback, the lone setback, the 4 wide receivers. I think the BB pass rush anxious to get in there. They come across a little early, but the guard also moved.
Clock running at 2 minutes. No score in this game. First quarter winding down to an end. Again, they come with the 4 wide receivers. BB stays in that 5-2, so they got man on man with all the receivers. Looking over the middle, throwing it. It's caught by and fumbled. And it's going to be Buena Vista ball, depending on who came up with it. It looked like it was caught by the tight end, Todd Casey, and it is going to be BB ball. So the second fumble that time from Wartburg. Looked like Kerry Murphy recovers the fumble.
BB secondary really coming to play this time. The catch by the tight end, but Murphy right there slapping the ball away. I think he recovered it also.
So another big play as Wartburg threatens to be driving deep. We get a look at this replay here.
It's great, oh my God.
Here's the play again. No, it looks like Wartburg on defense here.
Here it is. The ball pops loose, and Thompson jumped on it, and Murphy hustled over there to cover it. So BB comes back to the line now. Just 1 wide receiver. They try the pitch to the right side with Hausman. Scoots up the field and is met there by a linebacker.
It's like Thompson again.
It's like Thompson again on the tackle.
Alan Thompson, linebacker for Wartburg, really been everywhere in this game. He's got several tackles going on with the ball.
2-yard gain for Hausman. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Looks like the quarterback now for BV, Mike Powell, the senior, back in at quarterback after a couple series with Zach Dillaboo.
So again, Spencer Curtis wide to the near side. Powell under center. Back to pass and looking for Curtis. He hits him on the slant and his throws behind him. And both men diving after that ball.
The bullet thrown by Powell, but just tipped the last second by number 7.
Timing pattern that time, and timing was just a little bit off.
On that play, Powell rolling out a little bit to his left, and a great block by Hausman on that play, cutting down the defensive end on the pass rush. Threw the ball just a little bit behind Curtis. Now we got 3rd and about, looks like 8.
On 3rd down, Zach Cole comes out of the game in favor of another wide receiver. That's Brett Schwiesaw, and Craig Williams came in with the play. They come to the near side. From the eye, Powell back to pass again, looking over that way. It's batted down at the line of scrimmage by Dave Edwards, a strong safety who was coming on the blitz. That'll bring up 4th down, and this will be a punting situation, and in comes Troy Stodder.
The pass right there, of course, tipped, but not the line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit in the backfield. Decent coverage for Powell, but the strong safety apparently jumping in the defensive backfield tips that ball away.
So 4th and 8. Starter will punt. Tony Van Oort stands inside his own 30-yard line. Wartburg coming with the rush. Starter gets up, kind of a rather short kick. Fair catch called for and taken at the 31 by Van Oort. He was staring right down the face of Mitch Cachette.
Great coverage there by the Beavers. Cachette been all over the field today also for the Beavers. He and Alan Thompson, a couple of linebackers for both teams, just been all over the ball. Cachette right there when he caught it, staring him down, as you said, Chip.
So with 45 seconds left here in the first quarter, Wartburg will take over once again, this time from their own 31-yard line.
Once again, we got Scott Blackford in for the Beavers in the secondary.
First and 10, Wartburg from the 32.
2 tight ends in the game for Wartburg. In that compact and a counter play to Beatty. Cuts back up the field and manages to dive forward for about 2.
Good play there by Cluckhone and Thompson. Looks like, or Stoltzfus and Thompson, I guess.
It's like Jamie Van Berkom also there shoveling in at the linebacker position.
Counter play there for Wartburg. We've seen that a few times this time already. The fake to the fullback and the backside play to the tailback, but just good coverage there for the defense.
All right, so it'll bring up a 2nd down and 9 situation. They come back with that 4 wide receiver formation. They move the tight end into the slot along with Gabrielson. And it looks like Lehman in the game. Also a fumble on the snap, and Ott's going to just have to jump on it. Tried to pick it up at first, but fumbled that. And that'll be the end of the first quarter.
On that play again, looks like the 4 wide receivers and the lone fullback. We've seen that formation in the I formation almost exclusively from Wartburg so far.
No score at the end of the first quarter here from J. Leslie Rollins Stadium in Bradford Field. Buena Vista and Wartburg.
As you can see, the defense being talked to by their coaches right now. This game, of course, scoreless.
Maybe a trap.
BV defense really coming to play today. As we said, scoreless game. They've held the powerful Wartburg rushing game to just a few yards so far. Let's hope they can keep it up.
All right, well, the cheerleaders entertaining on the sideline.
How about...
We're about set to go here. The refs are about to spot the ball down at about the 31-yard line. Kevin Twait down there talking with his offensive line. Looks like a few of them sporting some new hairdos. Jason Nelson.
I think the other night we had a little haircut going on in the dorms. A lot of them with the shaved head look today.
All right, well, BV takes its customary 5-2 look on defense into the second quarter here. 3rd down and 11 after the fumble.
Back in the game, Roberts for Blackford.
Just 2 wide receivers in, and again, that short, compact I formation. He's going to be sprinting out, this time to his left, looking downfield, throwing high, and it's caught by Smith. Nice leaping catch in front of Dan Roberts, and it's going to be a 1st down at about the 48-yard line.
Again, the play-action pass, a fake to the I-back, and the rollout. But really a good job on defense for the Beavers, containing the quarterback, and also pretty good coverage. Just a leaping catch. Good grab by the offense there.
And he had to unload that ball in a hurry because Chris Behrens was coming right at him hard.
Looks like Behrens on the near side and Cluckhone getting in the backfield.
So 1st down at their own 49. Ott calling out the signals. Back to pass, looking downfield. Throwing it to the short man, and a nice play and a tip out of the hands by Brent Achenbach.
Looks like a great play there by Achenbach. Also a good play in the backfield. It took two blockers to cut down Jamie Anderson on the pass rush, and then a diving play by Achenbach. A lot of pressure there on the quarterback. As Coach Twait said earlier in our show, he'd be rolling out a lot, and they've contained him well thus far. Not able to get outside and throw the ball if he wants to.
Pass was intended for Don Smith. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 from their own 49.
Once again, Blackford back in the game for Roberts.
Two men to the far side, into the eye. Wartburg, kind of a long snap count. They give to Beatty, breaks one tackle, leaps over another, leapt over Cachette, and then Van Berkom cut him down after a gain of about 4.
Small gain there. The I formation again. They just go to the power behind the big right tackle. Looks like Jason Edwards in the backfield tripped him up a little bit, but he got by him. And then a good tackle for about 4 yards from Van Berkom and I guess Cachette.
Now they're going to mark him down at the BB 49, so only a gain of 2 on the play.
3rd and long. I think Beatty left the field just now. He might be limping a little bit. They go just to the fullback.
Fullback and those 4 wide receivers. BB not changing their defense for the 4 wide receiver set. They're going to go man-to-man coverage. Back to pass and rolling to his left. Looking up the field and throwing it long. He's got a man wide open. That's Smith. He's away from Achenbach and knocked out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. Breakdown in coverage deep for the Beavers.
Looks like the rollout again. It's got the pass deep over Achenbach. But again, good pressure from up front from the Beavers. The rollout, but not letting the quarterback go anywhere. Just make him stay in the pocket and throw it. A little breakdown in the coverage, though.
Now that's where he might get burned, and here it is again. Achenbach bit on a pump fake, and then Smith was able to get behind him for a big gain down to the 13-yard line. Gain of 36 on that pass play, and Wartburg's knocking on the door for the first score of this game. Under 14 minutes to go in the half. Pitch this time to Beatty, cuts it upfield and brought down by Behrens. Gain of about 3 or 4.
Good tackle by Behrens, getting outside. He's, of course, the nose guard, getting way out there on the pitch.
Inside the 10 and down to the 8. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 5.
That play to Beatty looked like he was the only deep back, and the big fullback in the slot on that play for the sweep.
Beatty again will come out of the game.
They get down to about the 8-yard line, I guess, now.
Or Willie coming back in now.
Get ready to pull me.
And Wartburg's going to have to call a timeout. And we're going to stop here for a break. Scoreless game here. 13-11 here to go in the first half. Wartburg looked like they're confused. They had a couple men running on the field and a couple men running off. Finally, Beatty said enough of this and called timeout.
Before that timeout, it looked like Beatty didn't know what he was doing. He started to leave the field, and he came back, and I guess the coaching staff wasn't sure what to do, so they just called a timeout here. Now they're out in the huddle right now talking to their players.
So we'll be back right after this.
If you took away a star for every 1 million people who didn't vote, and a stripe for every 5 million non-voters, and a patch of blue for the 10 million people who didn't care, exactly what kind of flag are we waving?
Back here, Wartburg on their first play gave off to Kelly, it looks like. And there's a flag on the play. Didn't gain much on that one.
Not much of a gain for Kelly, but new formation from Wartburg there. Looks like the spread T, a 3-man backfield. And that short gain looks like a face mask on the Beavers. Be happy to this to the goal line, I think.
So the face mask will bring it down. Might be enough for a first down. It's going to be close.
Officials talking it over right now. Looks like it'll not be a first down.
Second and real short now from the 4.
Wartburg again, they gone to that more of a power backfield with 3 backs back there. They'll have number 8 in the game. He's been a new man on offense for us, Kevin Hudson. Kelly in the backfield, also number 32, Brian Buena. All 3 look like big fullbacks.
The give is going to be to Kelly. He's Wartburg's all-time leading scorer. He fumbles the ball, and it's picked up by Roberts at the 5. Buena Vista ball, the 3rd turnover of the game for BV.
The big fullback Kelly getting the ball in the middle, sliding outside, hit, and the ball just stripped away and recovered. It looks like stripped by Kerry Murphy and recovered by Roberts.
So the Beaver defense holds again. They get another big play. And you got to like that. Here it is. Let's see who did strip it away. It looked like Achenbach on the strip. And Roberts was right there to cover it up. So Beavers dodge another bullet from Wartburg.
Stripped the ball from the big fullback there. He got the ball in the middle, just sliding to the outside.
Mark Kelly, who is Wartburg's leading all-time scorer, he did that last week with 2 touchdowns. So the Beavers to the line. They're going to give it to Hart, who starts this drive. He breaks outside to the 15, to the 20, and he's knocked out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. Finally caught up to and down on the sideline. Looks like he's down hard. Nice tackle there. A touchdown saving one by Dave Edwards, but a pickup of about 25 on the play for Hart.
Here it is again, the long run by Hart. But I got a bounce on number 4. Great block on that play by Jimmy Hendrickson, just burying the strong safety to the line. And then Jason Nelson, the huge tackle out in front, leading the play.
That's something we've become grown accustomed to seeing. Jim Henderson laying a big block on to spring someone for a long gain. This time a handoff to Hart to the left side. He cuts it back upfield. Gain of about 4 yards.
Hart up there just twisting and sprinting up the middle. A lot of white shirts in there. Not a lot of room to run, but he still fights for about 4 yards.
Don Heidemann on the tackle for Wartburg. And Craig Williams will bring in the next play for the Beavers. So Brian Hart gives him some breathing room with a couple of good runs here. And it's second down and about 6 yards now. Again, Hart. Again, a nice block by Hendrickson out to the 40 and knocked out of bounds at about the 42. This time knocked out of bounds by Chad Klunder, the free safety.
Another good gain there by Hart. Looks like maybe a first down. Be close.
And it is a first down for Brian Hart. So it's a great 1-2 punch here. We're going to look at the 2 part of that punch for Buena Vista. That's Brian Hart.
Hart with about 7 yards in that carry for the first down. Again, as Chip said, Jimmy Hendrickson just.
And here it is. There's that block by Jim Hendrickson. He knocked old Kobe Kreinberg out of that play. One wide receiver. That's Vaught to the far side. Hand off to Hendrickson up the middle. Huge hole that time. Boy, I tell you, he ran on the right side of that BV offensive line. And he's running right over Pat Romig and Ked Medlin there and had a huge hole that time.
On that play to Hendrickson, just a lot of power football. We got double tight ends in the 1 split. Hendrickson just running right into number 24 again. He's kind of got his number today. They just can't seem to bring him down without 2 or 3 guys.
So 2nd and 3, the nose of the ball right on the midfield stripe. Schwesaw, the wide receiver, now to the far side. Hart still in the game. Again to Hendrickson up the middle. This time they didn't fool anybody. And Thompson steps up to make the tackle in the backfield for a loss of about 1. It'll bring up a 3rd and 4.
Now and Thompson, inside linebacker, just shooting through on the play. Looks like he's been there a lot, maybe on the blitz. Beavers trying the inside a couple times in a row with a double tight end.
So 3rd down and 4 now. Big play for the Beavers here. Mike Powell under center. It's going to be that pitch to Hart. This time he jumps over a man out across the 50, knocked out of bounds. It's going to be important to see where they spot the ball. He was knocked out of bounds that time by...
Looked like number 51. Maybe the nose guard got clear over there on the play. Tyrone Griffin, along with 48. That is a linebacker, I believe. Darren Borman. I take that back. Defensive lineman. The spot's going to give BD the first down. Important spot there for Beavers. Hart once again outside. Hey, I've been saying it so much. It's getting kind of fun. Jimmy Hendrickson once again burying Craig Barnum. That's the man that Hart jumped over to get the big gain.
That was key because Hart jumped over the man in the backfield. So BV going to stick with that strong formation. Hoekstra and Cole, the tight ends in there. Hart now on the left side. Gets out across the line of scrimmage. Might have picked up 1, if that.
That same play, that sweep to the left side. They're running behind the big guys. Running behind Looks like Frank Martin out there getting to the tight end, trying to get outside on these guys.
Did pick up a yard on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Darren Borman on the stop for Wartburg.
BB staying in the I formation, the double tight with the flanker. The flanker now comes in, showing the play. The same formation this time, too.
Vaught brings that play in. He's the wide receiver. Pitch to Hausman, who's now in the game, and he's met in the backfield. That was Craig Barnum, the cornerback.
Barnum, a good stop in the backfield, just diving under the blockers to trip him up.
Wartburg does have a good running defense. You know, they did stop William Penn to 13 yards rushing on 28 carries in their game last week. Of course, I don't know that Penn has quite the running attack that BV has.
That's for sure, but that's still an impressive stat for the defense. That comes out to actually about somewhere around a negative half a yard a carry on those plays. So their defense really known well for its rushing defense, but BV making a dent in it now.
So 3rd and 13 now. They stay with that same formation. Suisaw, the lone wide receiver. We're going to have a flag on the play. Not sure what it is, but it looks like it might be a delay of the game on the offense, and it is.
That's what it is. It's going to back up a little bit. 3rd and long on that play. The same I formation with the split to the near side, double tight end. The Beavers staying with the same formation, and once again, Wartburg not changing their defense for that formation either.
They do stay with that same formation. I wouldn't be surprised to see that screen pass here. That's been a big play for them over the years.
Screen and the sweep on 3rd and long. Have to look for that here.
Either that or maybe a tight end over the middle.
Hausman in the backfield again.
Have to see what we come up with here. Wartburg showing blitz at the line. They're going to give it up the middle to Hausman. He breaks through the line out to the 50-yard line, but finally stood up and run out of bounds that time. Got into the secondary. Then Heidemann and Klunder shoved him out of bounds there. And on 4th down and about 13, after the gain of 5, Stoddard will come in to punt.
Really a pretty good gain there for Hausman, although it was 3rd and very long. He did get about 5 yards, and it's a tough little guy out there. He had about 3 guys taking him to get out of bounds on that play.
So Stoddard now will punt it away on 4th down. Gets away an end-over-end kick that's fielded inside the 20 and knocked out of bounds right away that time by Jamie Anderson.
Like Anderson and Blackford down there. And as always, Mitch Cachette on the play. He's been following the ball over the field today.
Short kick of 35 yards, a short return of 8 yards, net of 27 on the play. Stoddard would have liked to get a little more hang time on it, but luckily it was near the sideline, so they were able to use that and force him out of bounds.
Stoddard also been lucky on those kicks. They've been line drives, but he's had good coverage. Get down there fast. Cachette, Blackford, Anderson on that tackle. They've been right in his face when he catches the ball. Not really anywhere to run for the punt returner.
So Wartburg starts this time 1st and 10 at their own 24. 9:09 to go now in the first half. No score here. Homecoming 92. There's going to be a give this time to Beatty, and he's out to about the 30. Gain of almost 6 on the play.
Play to Beatty to the right side. Looks like he's the only setback in that formation. They'll go with 2 wide receivers and the fullback in the slot. Maybe the sweep behind the big fullback out there be effective for them.
7 yards. It'll be second.
So they spot him outside the 31. It'll be a 2nd and 4.
About a 6-yard gain there on the right side for the Wartburg Knights.
Again, the refs are going to blow this one dead. I'm not sure what they're looking at here. Perhaps they're looking at the clock.
The clock on the spot, maybe. Let's talk it over now.
Wartburg's going to go back into their huddle. It is 2nd down. Some confusion, it looks like, on what down it was.
Well, they got it cleared up now. The officials going back to their positions.
Jamie Anderson comes into the game.
And back comes the Wartburg offense.
Wide receivers to the near side, Smith, Gabrielson. Going to be a counter draw up the middle to Kelly. Nice little play there. Goes for about 4 yards. Going to be close to the 1st down.
It's going to be very close, depending on the spot here. I think Kelly's probably got it. Once again, as almost exclusively, the Knights in the I formation take the pitch and go to the draw to the big fullback up the middle. They have a timeout here for a measurement.
Officials timeout for a measurement. Now Jamie Anderson comes back off the field. Anderson and Cluckhone.
Stretch the chains out here. Can't tell yet, no indication about the down.
And it's very, very close. They're getting a second look at it. They're going to look at it from the other side.
Down on the ground, looking at the chain here.
Looks like a first down, and it is.
First down for the Knights.
So they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
As you said, Chip, Jamie Anderson back out of the game. Apparently nothing wrong with him, just a substitution now.
So Wartburg picks up another first down.
And Dan Roberts back in the backfield for the defense.
This time they put Kelly as a wingback. Tailback is, of course, Beatty. This time they fake the give, and it's a sprint out to the right side. He's going to run, and now he's going to throw it to Kelly. Kelly dead to the 50, to the 40, breaks away from one man, and finally brought down by Mitch Cachette and Troy Thompson after a big gain on that option screen run by the quarterback there.
I guess that was a big gainer there, but not that bad a defense by the Beavers. They get pressure on the quarterback on the rollout. He just, a lot of pressure on him, dumps it off to the fullback. And with the deep coverage by the Beavers, just no one there to make the tackle for about, looks like 20, 25 yards. Just no one up there to make the tackle with the Beavers in the deep coverage. Good pressure on the quarterback, though, over there from, looks like Jason Edwards and Darren Jones containing the quarterback.
So first down at the Beavers' 31-yard line. Wartburg again into BB territory. They come with that same formation with Kelly in the wing. Back to pass now. It's going to be a counter play to Beatty. Jumps over one man, jumps into Mitch Cachette, jumps over Cachette down to the 25-yard line and across it.
That's that same formation with the fullback in the wing. Looks like he came across the field for the block to lead the play. They got away from that I formation a little bit here. Maybe try to give the Beavers a different look on offense. Of course, like you said, Cachette on the tackle again. He was initially knocked down by the runner and then just tripped him up with his hands.
Here's the replay on that one. Beatty doing a lot of jumping this time. There's one jump. Here's another one over Cachette. Gained 6-7 on the play. It's second down and 3 now, just inside the Beaver 25-yard line. This time it's that fake pitch and then the draw to Kelly. He's got the first down to the 20-yard line. Gain of almost 5 on the play. Wartburg offense rolling it on the Beavers now.
Held by Chris Bear as a nose guard. As you said, Chip, that same draw to the fullback, the fake pitch to the I-back, get the Beavers kind of strung out and go up inside to the fullback for, looks like about 5 yards on a first down.
Cachette comes out of the game, and the trainers are going to come over and look at him, replaced by Chad Summers.
Summers at linebacker, a much bigger fellow than Cachette, although we said Cachette with a lot of tackles today already.
Now they go back to the more familiar eye. One tight end in the game. It's going to be a give to Beatty. He's got a big hole on the right side, sprinting to the corner of the end zone, and he's in for the first score of the game. Bob Beatty from 20 out.
High formation for Beatty. Just goes up behind the fullback. Good blocking up front, and he just cuts it outside and beats the Beavers to the corner, it looks like.
Not sure if they really even saw who had the ball that time. He split several BB defenders and went in for the score.
That carry out of the I formation, like you said. Beatty behind the big fullback. Hard to see who's got the ball in that formation with that draw, too.
So they go for the extra point, and on comes the kicker, Corey Tafoya. Ball down, kick up, and it is good. Tafoya makes the score 7-0 in favor of Wartburg. First score of the game comes with 6:22 to go in the first half, and Wartburg's now on top 7-0. Good drive that time by Wartburg.
Very long drive that time. Just like a variation of plays, too. They go to the short pass for a big gain. They go to the fullback a few times. They go to the tailback for the touchdown. Really mix it up on the Beavers and kind of keep them off balance in that drive.
So 7-0 in favor of Wartburg. They'll come onto the field to kick off to Buena Vista, back deep for BV. It looks like it's going to be Brian Hart, Darren Hausman, and Troy Miller.
The kicker looks like it's going to be Jim White for Wartburg. Plays the right guard position on offense, and also the kicker and kickoffs. Big, strong
72.
Get it down the field.
6'2", 235-pound senior, right guard / kicker.
This formation, we are going to check the zebra automatically. Okay.
Not quite traditional kicker for most teams.
Right. We'll check zebra away.
And here it is. High kick, but rather short. Hausman sprints up to take it at the 20-yard line. Nearly goes out of bounds. Now he cuts back to the near side of the field. He strips away from one man and then is brought down by number 30, Nathan Hill.
It's like not a very good kick there from White. Kicks it to Hausman on the sideline, and Hausman not much room to go. Cuts back and gets a few, avoiding one tackle, and then tackled by, as you said, Chip Hill.
So BV will start probably with the worst field position of the game. I take that back. Besides the starting at the 5, BV starts at their own 26-yard line. 2 wide receivers now in the eye. It's going to be a pitch. We'll see who's in the game. It's Hausman, tries the left side, knocked out of bounds. Looks like he's not going to even gain a yard on the play.
Maybe a loss in the play when he gets out of bounds on that one. The Beavers going to the 2 wide receivers and going away from the tight ends a little bit. Looks like Zach Cole and Hoekstra are both on the sideline for that play.
Strung out nicely that time by the Wartburg defense and really nowhere to go and ran him out of bounds.
Out of the game comes Suisaw and Curtis. Back into the game, Zach Cole, Craig Williams. So we're going to have a little bigger look on the line this time.
It'll be a 2nd down and 11 now for the Beavers. Hausman lost a yard on that play. Go back to that 2 tight end set, and they try Hausman up the middle. Stacked up and thrown again. Might have lost yardage again on that play. The whole Wartburg defense in the backfield that time.
Really, the whole line was in there. Looked like probably, as we said before, Alan Thompson up the middle again. I think the Knights coming with a blitz now, trying to contain the run a little bit up the middle. They seem to be making a lot of holes in the middle of our line.
Lost more than one that time as the clock winds down towards 5. It's going to be 3rd down for Beavers.
Looks like about 3rd and 12 or 13. 3rd and very long here.
Now they come with 2 wide receivers. Stay in that I formation. Suisaw. Powell back to pass, looking over the middle. He finds a man, and it's Spencer Curtis, breaks into the clear and out across the 45-yard line for a Beaver 1st down. Nice play on a pickup of about 25, 27 yards that time for Spencer Curtis.
Good play on the line, pushing for Powell. A bullet pass for the middle to Curtis. Here it is again. Drops back deep. A bullet to Curtis. Curtis avoids 1 tackle and then brought down by a couple of guys out there almost to the 50-yard line.
All right, so Beavers now moving the ball. Go back to that 1 wide receiver. They give to Hausman up the middle. Nothing doing again. That time he was met in the backfield. Looks like it was either Thompson. It was Thompson who met him in the backfield first and slowed him up.
Whole host of tacklers there. Looks like Thompson and Barnum in there in the middle. Wartburg really stacking up the run here, but maybe open up for the pass a little bit for Powell. I think that pass for the middle is probably our first downfield completion of the game.
All right, so 2nd down and 11. Yeah, I think you're right. That is the first completion. Downfield, they did complete a screen, I believe, earlier to Hendrickson.
That's right.
That went for a short gain. Now Powell out, and the pressure's on. Throwing back across the field, he's got Hoekstra. Hoekstra running backwards the wrong way. Manages to break back to the line of scrimmage. He caught the ball at the 50 running backwards, and that was kind of a weird looping play for Hoekstra.
The throwback, Powell rolling to his right, throwing back to left to Hoekstra.
Let's get a look at this one again. Throwing all the way back the field. Powell running, Hoekstra running back to the ball. Of course, he can't cut quite as well probably on that ankle, but
that's true. Hoekstra, the big tight end, used a lot for blocking, gets the ball outside. I guess not really sure where it was going to the sideline, and the tacklers behind him had to just have time to turn around and come upfield, but not much play there.
They end up losing a yard on the play. It'll be 3rd and 13 once again. Again, Powell back to pass. Pressure on, and he's hit as he throws it, and that ball is going to be picked off, and that's Tony Van Voorst, brought down by Zach Cole. And so the Beavers turn over the ball, but really no fault of Mike Powell. He was hit as he threw the ball.
There you see it again, the interception, but really not a lot of Powell can do there. Hit as he throws the ball. Looks like the last few plays, the Knights come up the middle with a blitz at least 3 or 4 plays in a row. Looks like Thompson up the middle, hitting Powell as soon as he throws it. And the pattern not developing quite yet for the receiver, so he's not looking back for the ball in the interception.
Hoekstra limps over. He'll take a seat. Of course, he's got that bad ankle, and he's going to have Doc Eglin take a look at that.
That's right. Hoekstra not practicing for, I guess, a week with that sprained ankle. This effort against, I think it was Central.
So Wartburg takes over at their own 47-yard line. Back to pass, sprinting out to his right. They're setting up that same little short play. Now they go down the field, and it's going to be incomplete. Good coverage that time, threw into triple coverage. Dan Roberts thought he had an interception.
Roberts lobbying with the referee there on the play. 2 Beavers and also the Knight receiver diving for the ball. Roberts put up with it, but apparently incomplete.
That time, it looked like Chad Summers picked up the fullback Kelly that time. That was about the same setup that they had before. There you get a look at Doc Eglin taping up Mark Hoekstra's ankle right over the shoe.
A little support there for Hoekstra. Also on that last play, again, if we've seen so many times, a rollout. Ott rolling to his right on that play, but Again, good containment from Anderson and Edwards out there, and forced him to throw the ball downfield.
So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. It's a draw this time, and he's met in the backfield by Chad Summers and brought down there with some help from his teammates. Loss of about 7 on the play. Great pursuit that time by Summers.
Looks like Summers, Edwards, Cachette, a whole host of tacklers are in the backfield. Holding him up, trying to keep him in the backfield, and they do. Big loss for Beatty. That time, I guess, they go back to the I formation, but no room to run on the right side.
3rd down and a long 16 to go here. Backed up to almost their own 40, inside the 41. 2.5 here to go in the first half. Ott gets the play relayed in from the sideline, and he'll bring his team to the line now.
Again, they go to the 4 wide receivers and the lone set back to fullback.
4th wide receiver is Jason Lehman. Tight end remains in the game, and they're going to blow a whistle here. It might be a delay this time, and I think it is. I
blew the whistle before the play was started. It might be.
It appeared to me as though Ott was taking a really long time, and it is delay of game against Wartburg.
That is the indication. On that play before the snap, Jamie Anderson, the left defensive end for BV, screaming to the sideline. I think they had a few mixed on the assignments in that play. He wasn't sure where he was going before the whistle.
So now it's going to be 3rd and 21.
Once again, 3rd and long. Knights come out again. Go back to that same set with the lone fullback and the wide receivers.
Tight end Todd Casey and Smith are in the slot to the near side. Lehman all alone on the far side of the field. It's going to be a draw to Kelly. Breaks through the line, breaks a few tackles, and he's into open field. Brought down at the 39-yard line of BV. Picks up the 1st down. He rolled that time over, looks like Jason Anderson that time for the 1st down. Anderson very slow in getting up.
Here's that play again. The wide receivers transfer the field out and go into Kelly, the big fullback. Gets a lot of good blocks from the guys in the slot and the wideouts, and just runs over about 4 tacklers for BV. Big fullback up the middle on that play.
So there's a big, long 3rd down draw, and this time it goes for about 23 yards for the Knights, and they pick up a 1st and 10 inside the Beaver 40-yard line at the 39.
A huge play there for 3rd and very long for the Knights.
Again in the eye. This time it's going to be a sprint out to the left side, looking for that little fullback pass over the middle. A nice stick that time by Troy Thompson.
Thompson taking on Kelly, the big fullback on that short pass again.
There's a big collision that time. Here it is. We'll get a good look at the hit here. Wham.
Thompson taking on the big man. That's the same play, of course, as the big 3rd and long on the other side of the field, the far side. Quarterback rolling out and just dumping off to the fullback who started out in the slot, I believe.
Was enough for the 1st down. A gain of 11 on the play, and it's going to be 1st and 10 now from the Beaver 28-yard line. Again, Wartburg driving, looking for their 2nd score. Pitch this time to Beatty. This time hit in the backfield by Behrens and brought down. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
Behrens in the backfield with an ankle tackle. That time the Knights go back to the I formation that they started out almost exclusively with. We haven't seen for a while. They go back to it and get maybe a loss in the play or just about a gain of 1.
Cachette comes out of the game. He's replaced by Jamie Van Berkom. They did lose a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 11. Clock winding down towards 1 minute, 1:15 and counting. 3 wide receivers now. 4. Lehman into the game. To the far side. Back to pass and sprinting out to his left. Avoiding the rush and being brought down by the shirt by Darren Jones. Great sack that time by Jones, bringing him down for a loss of about 6.
Jones again on the sack. I've seen so much. The rollout pass. Here it is again, the rollout pass. Fullback leading the play, but Jones just powered over the fullback and dragging him down by the shirt.
Great hand strength that time by Darren Jones, and he's going to force a 3rd and long. We have a timeout now in the field with 41 seconds left in the half. Wartburg leads Buena Vista 7-0, and they're going to talk it over on both huddles. Kevin Twait comes onto the field. At halftime, we have a score: Iowa 10, the Purdue Boilermakers 10. So Kevin Twait comes out on the field along with the trainers. He's going to try and rally that defense And we'll be back right after this break on Beaver Football. Wartburg 7, Buena Vista nothing.
After dating the guy forever, you think I could tell him anything. Why is this so hard? I'm really scared.
It takes a lot of guts to tell someone he's too drunk to drive. But you can do it. Just say it. Because if you don't, there may be nothing left to say.
Kevin, I'm gonna drive.
Take the keys, call a cab, take a stand. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
Turn us on.
Well, you just missed an acrobatic catch that time by Gabrielson down at about the 5-yard line.
A leaping grab. Looks like he got upended in the air by maybe. Looks like
Here's
Troy
the
Thompson.
replay on the play. Long pass over the middle. Grabbed in the air and then upended by Troy Thompson, but that's enough for the first down. It'll bring up now 1st and goal now inside the 5. Clock running with 30 seconds left in the half. Wartburg looking to punch one in here right before halftime. They come to the line with a strong set. 2 tight ends in that short eye. Back to pass now, sprinting out to the right, throwing into the end zone. He's got it for the touchdown. Mike Gabrielson again on the catch. And a nice little sprint out play and a nice pass right on the money from Ott.
Once again, those last 2 plays in a row, the rollout from Ott to his right, getting a lot of blocking from the big fullback, and just having plenty of time outside to find Gabrielson for a long gain and then for a short one into the end zone.
So it's 13-0 now. Corey Tafoya looks to add the extra point and make it 14-0 out of the hold of Ott. The ball down. Kick is up, and it is good.
Good kick there by Tafoya. Make it 14-0 Wartburg. And again, the last 2 passes, as Coach Pate told us earlier before the game, will be those sprint-out type rollout passes, and the line's done a good job containing the quarterback, but he's been able to find his receivers downfield.
So 17 seconds left here in the first half. Wartburg spoiling the homecoming thus far for Buena Vista, leading the game 14-0. Hart, Hausman, and Troy Miller deep for the Beavers.
I'd say the score here, Chip, doesn't really reflect the Beaver defense, though. They've really held on the Wartburg offense, held that rush to small gains, but big pass plays have been kind of the problem for the defense so far.
And they also have to look back to the big 3rd down draw that they picked up on that drive. Moving the ball very effectively right down the field.
That's right. Beaver defense holding very well for the short gains, but then giving up on 3rd and long, 1st down.
Well, Jim White will do the kickoff, a straight-ahead kicker. That's a lot of height on the ball. There's another one. This time it's a good kick. Hart's going to take it at his own 5. He's out to the 15. He's got a good wall of blockers. Out to the 25. Across the 25, spinning down to the 30-yard line with 11 seconds left to go here in the half.
Good return by Hart. The Beavers good blocking up front. Type in the middle of that Wartburg defense. It spins for a few extra yards at the end of that carry.
Well, Powell comes back onto the field. Interesting to see what the Beavers might have planned for this play here.
Like that same I formation.
And with only 1 wide receiver. So you'd have to think that they might just try and work something out on the ground and go into halftime. Back to pass, throwing right away to Schwiesaw. It's behind him. He gets out of bounds at about the 35 to 36-yard line. 6 seconds. Nice quick play by the Beavers. And Brett Schwiesaw using a presence of mind to get out of bounds.
Quick pass there from Powell. Nice bullet to the outside to Schwiesaw. And once again, getting out of bounds, stop the clock. 6 seconds for the Beavers. Let's see if they try to go for something deep or just try to run up the half.
And the Beavers are going to call timeout here. They're going to just talk over this play. I saw them send 3 wide receivers into the game. I'm not sure if they're confused on their personnel of what may have happened here.
Looks like we have Hoekstra and Zach Cole come out of the game, the big tight ends. So a lot of wide receivers and a little speed in the game for the Beavers. Here at the end of the half, Coach Twait talking to the team right now.
Hoekstra's going to go down to the locker room right away. They'll probably get some ice on that ankle. Been giving him problems.
Yeah,
but you probably have to tie him down to keep him out of the game. I know that much. He nearly tore down the wall when he found out he couldn't play last week's game.
That's right, Chip. He's walking down to the locker room down at the end of the field. But I'm sure Hoekstra will be back. As you said, pretty hard to keep that big guy off the field.
6 seconds to go. BB with the ball on their own 37-yard line. I saw him send in 3 wide receivers. We might see one of those Big Ben plays or Hail Mary, whatever you want to call it. They'll send 3 wide receivers out to one side and just lob it down the field. Now they're going to send 4 wide receivers out there.
Let's have a timeout. Coach Twait talking to the offensive line there. Tunnel needs protection here at the end of the half.
They've got Hendrickson lined up as a tight end. Powell back to pass, looking to go long. It's not going to be near long enough, and it's going to be overthrown, and that'll be the end of the half. So Wartburg finally managing to put some things together. They get the ball into the end zone twice here in the second quarter after fumbling 3 times. They lead the game 14-0 at halftime. Beavers going down to the locker room to regroup here. And we're going to be back for some halftime action. The band getting ready to take the field. Homecoming football halftime. Wartburg 14, Buena Vista nothing.
All across America, bright flowers attract hummingbirds, like this East Coast ruby-throated hummingbird. With wings moving as fast as 80 cycles per second, these tiny birds are aeronautical acrobats, able to fly forward, backward, and hover in one spot. Their nests are about 2 inches in diameter, and fledglings are fed a nourishing, pre-digested mixture of nectar and insects. In fall, the ruby-throated hummingbirds migrate from the East Coast to Mexico, even Panama, and return to the exact same spot in spring. An amazing feat of navigation. Along with the ruby-throated, 4 more species are depicted on a new series of postage stamps. The Pacific Northwest's rufous, the Southwest Desert's costas, Arizona's broadbilled, and the Rockies' calliope hummingbird. All inside a new stamp booklet, now at your post office.
Turn us on.